Now, a special guest joining us today to help me explain this special birth is a non-Arab who has come in to share his experiences with us and inspire us about how easy he has found learning Arabic and how beneficial it has been. Now, before we meet him, let me just give you a little bit of background about him. He has spent his holidays in Cairo, Egypt, learning a beautiful language which he is very passionate about. MashaAllah, within a few weeks he managed to grasp the foundations of Arabic Fusha, which is Quranic Arabic, and he can now communicate in Arabic, which is a hard language, daily. And this is why today's show is going to be pretty special, as our guest will not be answering us in English, but in Arabic. Now, don't tune off if you don't understand Arabic, because I will be translating his responses for you. And also, why don't you call in live and tell us about your experiences with Arabic, or anything else that you would like to share. So let's meet him. Assalamu alaikum, brother Ali Mahdi Daya. How are you?
وعليكم السلام. أنا بخير الحمد لله. كيف حالك؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله. سعيدة بلقائك.
أنا أسعد.
So we said our greetings, and I believe that he is going to be responding to all of our questions today in Arabic, as I mentioned. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, that's very impressive. Now, before we get there, we're going to start from with a surah from the Holy Quran for us. Am I right?
Yep. سورة العلق.
Okay. I would like to have a listen, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم. الذي علم بالقلم. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى. إن إلى ربك رجعا. أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
MashaAllah, that was such a beautiful recitation, and thank you a lot for stopping before the last ayah, which is a wajib sajda. Now, as I mentioned, today's show is going to go a bit differently. So I mentioned that you went to Egypt in your holidays, but when exactly did you travel to Egypt?
سافرت إلى مصر مرتين في العام الماضي.
So he traveled to Egypt twice last year.
المرة الأولى في فصل الصيف لمدة 5 أسابيع.
And the first trip was in the summer holidays for 5 weeks.
المرة الثانية في شهر ديسمبر لأسبوعين.
And the second time was during the Christmas holidays in December for 2 weeks. Now, what did you do when you were there, and who went with you?
كنت مع أمي في رحلة الأولى إلى مصر، ولكن في رحلة الثانية كنت معها وأختي أيضا.
So the first time he went with his mother, but the second time he went with his sister also.
أثناء كنا هناك في القاهرة درست اللغة العربية في المركز الفجر لأفهم القرآن.
So when he was in Cairo, he learned the Arabic language so that he can help himself understand the Quran better.
ودروس مكثفة. كنا ندرس 5 ساعات يوميا في الأسبوع.
The lessons were quite intensive. He studied for 5 hours every day, every week. Now, I understand that you were at an institute where you were taught Arabic, and can you explain a little about that institute?
Okay. يقع المركز الفجر في مدينة النصر بالقاهرة.
Markaz al-Fajr, which is the name of the institute, is located in Nasr city, which is in Cairo.
وهو مركز ممتاز ومعلمون فيه ماهرون بالتدريس وهم من جامعة أزهر.
The institute was amazing, and the teachers were qualified highly from Al-Azhar University, which is a very well-known university in Egypt. Now, where did you stay when you were in Egypt, and was it at the school you were studying at?
لا، أكمنا في الشقة التي على مسافة 10 دقائق من المركز الفجر.
No, he did not stay at the school. He lived in an apartment which was just a 10-minute walk from Markaz al-Fajr. Okay, so about Markaz al-Fajr, how did you find the teaching?
أعجبت جدا بأسلوب التدريس بالمركز.
He was very impressed by the teaching there.
ندرس عن طريق الحوارات بالعربية ثم القواعد والإملاء.
He studied learning grammar, dictation and working through exercises.
وهناك قسم الطلاب وقسم الطالبات مختلف.
And the female students and the male students were separated. Okay, so what time did you leave the flat every day and what mode of transport did you take to the مركز?
عادة نخرج من الشقة الساعة 8 صباحا بعد تداول الفطور.
So they left at 8 in the morning after eating breakfast and praying صلاة الفجر.
ونذهب إلى المركز ماشيا إذا كان الجو معتدل.
If the weather was good, then they went to the مركز walking.
ولكن عندما يكون الجو باردا نركب سيارة الأجرة إلى المركز الفجر.
But if the weather was cold, like it usually is around here, they took the taxi. Okay, so how does the system work? Like moving up levels, how do you do that?
Okay. يوجد مركز الفجر 14 مستوى.
So there were 14 levels in مركز الفجر.
يمتد كل مستوى لمدة أسبوعين.
And every level took 2 weeks.
وكنت أخاف من هذا الاختبار بعد أسبوعين.
Every 2 weeks there was a test and poor Ali was scared of this test every 2 weeks. Okay, so what did you do in your breaks? Because I'm sure you had a bunch of breaks.
Okay. لدينا 3 استراحة في اليوم.
There were 3 breaks a day.
كل الاستراحة 15 دقائق.
And each one was 15 minutes.
وفي الاستراحة نأكل شوكولاتة ونشرب عصير.
And in each break they ate chocolate and drank juice.
ونتكلم إلى أصدقائي ومعلمي.
And he socialized with his friends and teachers. Okay, so that sounds very interesting and fun. I would have loved to be there. But now the all-important question that's always on our minds: what was the food like and what did you generally eat?
ليس لدينا وقت كثير للطبخ لأن مشغول جدا.
They were so busy that they didn't get much time to cook.
كل يوم نذهب إلى المطعم.
Every day they went to a restaurant.
يوجد القاهرة مركز التسوق.
And in Cairo there is a large shopping center.
اسمه سيتي ستارز.
And that shopping center is called City Star.
وهناك لدي مطعما كثيرا مثل ماكدونالدز، هارديز، بيتزا هات.
And in there were a lot of restaurants, like everybody knows these: McDonald's, Hardee's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, the list goes on. Alright, so going to Egypt you must have learned a lot about their culture, food and language, but what about the current affairs?
لم نذهب في الليل وفي الليل فعلنا واجب.
And at the night they did their homework.
وزرنا جيراني.
And they visited their neighbors. Okay, and we know that you went to learn Arabic, so you were studying there, but I'm pretty sure you had some spare time, right? So how did you spend this?
نقضي عطلة قليل على شاطئ البحر.
They spent some of the holiday on the beach.
وتمتع كثيرا مع أمي وأختي.
And he had a lot of fun with his mother and sister.
زرنا أبو هول، أحرام الجيزة، متحف المصري.
They visited many landmarks like the Sphinx, the pyramids of Giza, and a lot of museums.
وبعد ذلك شرم الشيخ وهو جميل.
And afterwards Sharm el-Sheikh, which is very beautiful. I am actually very intrigued by this because I've always wanted to go to Egypt for that purpose. And a while ago I went to Morocco though, so I guess that's close enough.
Yeah.
Now, do you believe that going to Egypt boosted your confidence and improved your Arabic generally?
طبعا وبدون شك.
Of course, without a doubt.
نتكلم في الشارع بالعربية إلى الناس.
He spoke Arabic to people on the streets.
ولم نستطيع هذا في لندن.
And of course you can't do that in London because not many people speak Arabic. Mashallah, we can see that all this has paid off with these brilliant responses that you were giving us in Arabic. Now, after your experience, this sounds like a no-brainer, but are you considering going to Egypt anytime soon?
الآن أدرس اللغة العربية لاختبار قادم GCSE.
So he's studying Arabic for a future Arabic GCSE that he's planning to take.
وممكن سنسافر إلى مصر بعد ذلك إن شاء الله.
And inshallah he may be going to Egypt again. Now, as amazing as it has been to listen to you answer these questions in Arabic, I'm sure you could continue to talk in Arabic, but shall we switch to English so that our viewers can hear some first-hand advice from you, Ali?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, do you have any advice that you would like to give people if they want to learn Arabic?
Okay, so I'm very honored that I've had the opportunity to learn the Arabic language. It's a very beautiful language, and it's the most rewarding experience I've had. For the young viewers over here, I would recommend you to try and learn Arabic for the future, especially when you're nice and young, because it's the language of the Quran, and I understand some of the words in the Quran and Hadith and other Arabic contexts, and it's very helpful. If you want any further advice, or feel free to email me at elidaya10@gmail.com. I repeat, elidaya10@gmail.com. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can. Thank you for listening and inviting me to the studio.
Thank you for coming in. Now, Arabic is a very important language. Not only is it the language of the Quran, but it's the language chosen especially by Allah, and it's the language of Alam al-Barzakh, which is the language that is used after death and in heaven and before life even. A lot of people have tried to wipe out Arabic from existence because it is so important, but thanks to people like you and any Arabic speakers that are generous enough to help teach the language to other people, Arabic lives on and Islam is as strong as ever.